The global collapse is accelerating. First, I want to give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Shbach coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Quadash. Alright, shalom, shalom to the believers out there fighting for their faith in these last days, okay? This is going to be a in-transit lesson. It should be relatively quick and straight to the point, Lord's will. And this is basically going into how these major geopolitical moves, especially America going and attacking Iran at the behest of the state of Israel, the small hats. Okay, it's nothing but the acceleration of the economic collapse. Okay, World War III, meaning nuclear missiles flying off here in America, because we know America's going to be destroyed. That's not going to happen right now. Okay, there still has to have the MOTB still which is the mark of the beast, still has to be implemented and made mandatory. Okay, that has not happened yet. The move to go into Iran is a strategy to accelerate the collapse of all the global systems, all the financial systems. Okay, and anybody that knows anybody will tell you that. Okay, this is going to be a long, well, it's going to be an extended war. Things are going to move quick, but it's going to be an extended war. You have the Strait of Hormuz closed down, which most people don't understand what that entails. A major portion of fuel, okay, energy came through that strait. Now that has been shut down, okay, and it's contested. America wants to go in there, but they can't. This is why they went and took the oil from Venezuela, and they're also waging war with Cuba and also Ecuador. I'm gonna do a lesson on that. I just haven't got a chance to do that, but Lord's will, that lesson is coming soon. But we're gonna see a increase in prices, hyperinflation. The Apostle Elder Tahar, he's always been talking about hyperinflation. So we're going to see that. We're going to see prices go crazy. Okay, we're going to see prices go crazy, which is going to cause more upheavals of the people. Okay, it's going to cause the people to come against the government. 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter. Okay, we might get that really quickly. Okay, I'm going to get Matthew, no, I'm sorry, Habakkuk. I'm always going to this chapter, man. You know, the Spirit just keeps having me go to this chapter, the second verse, or the second chapter, excuse me, in Habakkuk, because it's speaking. And I'm gonna look at that word "speak." Okay, Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Right. The vision is speaking about the prophecies, mainly end time prophecy. Okay, what does end time prophecy entail? Okay, mainly, all right, an implementation of a mark, which we know this mark is not it's not a spiritual mark, it's a physical mark. It's a branding, if you will, when you go into that word, chai, stai, stigma. Okay, the scriptures say, he that has understanding, let him count the number of the beast, for it's a number of a man. Okay, and when you go into that number, okay, it tells you everything that's going on now. Because under the veil of all the things that are happening with war, with acceleration of economic collapse, okay, you have these federal agents that have been deployed, all right, to these cities. Remember, the National Guard are still in these major cities. Just because there's not a huge presence, this is all strategy. It's all strategy. All right, the scriptures say that we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. We very well know, all right, what this means. Okay, Habakkuk 2:3 again. For the vision is yet for a appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Let me look at this word speak. Okay, we're going to this time, you know, time in and time out. Okay, that word there is powath. To breathe, blow, breathe. To cause, to exhale. Okay, to blast. To breathe out, to utter. Okay, bear with, I'm driving, you know. To utter, to speak, to puff, bring into a snare. Okay, with the breath of air, going down into the strong definition, to speak, to utter. Yeah, essentially to speak something. Basically to speak something into existence. Okay? The Lord said this was going to happen, this and that, and there's going to be a appointed time, and I want you to look for these things. All right? I want you to look for these things, and you'll know. You'll actually know that you're in that time. And it's not going to lie. Okay? Even though other people, they can't see it, even though it looks like it's tearing, like we've been talking about World War III from apostle elders on down, 30 plus years. They're elders before them, even longer. Okay, and people scoff, they scorn, they, you know, they fan their hand. Okay, I want to get another another scripture. Give me a second. All right, where is that at? Jeremiah. Yep. This is it right here. Just bear with me though. All right, people have scoffed and scorned and fanned their hand, especially as it pertains to the Israelites, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, which they're completely oblivious to the things that are actually going on. They have no clue. Jake has no clue. Ezekiel 37 says a lot. Okay, when you read that, the prophecy of the valley of the dry bones, our people are dry bones. When you go into these videos about World War III, okay, about the geopolitical moves, okay, what's happening worldwide and what this implies or entails, how these world governments, these world economies are going to be affected, very rarely do you see any Jakes there. They don't pay attention to those things. These Edomites and these other nations are afraid, man. You see the videos in Iran, okay, the videos in the state of Israel. You see the videos in different parts of the earth, Ukraine, where war's breaking out. They're way more cognizant of the reality of the matter because they've always been at war. There hasn't been really a long stench or period of time of peace. So these people are battle tested. They're ready for war. Iran's been preparing for war for over 20 years with America. It's obvious. Well, what does the scripture say? Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Joel, the 3rd chapter. So there's an actual spirit out there amongst the nations to prepare war, to prepare war and battle against Babylon the Great. Now, since I said that, let me go to Jeremiah 49 first. But the scripture that I wanted was in Jeremiah 51. I'm just going to read this. Jeremiah 49:14. I have heard a rumor from the Lord. Okay. Let me look at this word rumor. All right, because these things are rumors before they actually come true. Okay. I want to go this way. All right, these things are rumors before they actually become true. And we're going to get that in Jeremiah too as well. Okay. Let's get that. I have heard a rumor Shammai Wa'ai. Shammai. Okay. Report. News. And I could. It's the root is Shammai, which means like to listen. Shammawai. Shammawai. Ha. Shammawai ha. Okay. Report, news, rumor. Report, news, tidings. Okay. Yeah, you listen to the news. The news is telling you something. Okay. The report. So basically, I've heard a report. Come on, man. Why would you stop right here? All right, give me a second. Bear with me. So basically, I've heard a report. All right, a rumor. Okay. Announcement down here in the Strong's definition. So I've heard of announcement. The Most High has made an announcement, but the people they're not listening. Neither was it prophesied that they would listen. It was prophesied that these things will actually take them by surprise. Okay, and we see that, especially when it comes to our people. They have no clue what's going on. No clue. Okay, until it suddenly takes them. And these Edomites too, they don't know what's going on. These other nations here in America, they don't know what's going on. I've heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent amongst the nation. Ambassador is sent amongst the heathen, saying, let me read that again. I had made a turn. Let me read that again. I want to keep my eyes on the road, okay? So let me read that again. I've heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. Who is it speaking about? Who are these heathen? Who are they rising up against? We know according to prophecy, we know according to precepts, the Spirit of the Lord, that is speaking about America and these heathen nations coming against America. Okay, and this is actually happening. And see, you have these different pundits and these analysts, these war analysts, military strategic analysts, whether they, retired military, retired intelligence, okay, entire intelligence agency, whatever it may be, that have the scoop on a lot of different things. A lot of things that they say is speculation, which it is, they do have experience in particular things, but a lot of what they say is speculation. Okay? And I gotta hit camp, so bear with me. I'm just gonna leave it here. Okay? I'm about to hit camp. A lot of what they say is speculation. They don't actually know what the hell is going on. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna close it there. I gotta go. Until next time, shalom to the left.